Hi, I'm Dennis Labriola, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I am the author of my new book, Seventh Inning Stretch, Reflections on the Game of Life. It's available at Barnes & Noble and wherever books are sold. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Seventh Inning Stretch. So let me ask you a question. Are you famous? Right? It's a funny question to ask. But if we're truthful with ourselves, well, we all kind of seek a little bit of fame and fortune, don't we? I mean, just a little. You know, we all want our 15 minutes, no? So chapter 15 is entitled, My Claim to Fame. And I find it interesting that for most of us, well, we do like the fact to be noticed. We want to be noticed, right? We all want to be recognized, yet the Bible never encourages us to seek fame. It actually discourages it. 1 John 2:16 calls this the pride of life. It says it does not come from the Father, from our Father in heaven, but from the world. I mean, think about it. I mean, 15 minutes? I mean, how fleeting. You know, Romans 12:3 warns us not to think more highly of ourselves than we ought to, but to think soberly. That means to think correctly. Right? Not to believe our own press clippings, because you know what? They become really good kindling someday, right? right in the fire. All right? So I often want to remind myself not to take myself too seriously. You know, I mean, if not for God, where would I be? I mean, where would any of us be? So I believe that there's something that's really more satisfying. A deeper place than self-glory. You know, it's not about being prideful, but it is about removing or avoiding the pitfall, as we know that pride comes before a fall. Wow. But God has given us and is encouraging us to utilize something much more powerful, something more useful in establishing value in a person's life. See, in James chapter 4, we see what God's perspective really is. You know, we see just as God says that he resists the prideful. Well, he also says that he gives grace to the humble. Let me think. Resisting grace. I'll take grace, okay? I believe that in that lies an important truth. You know, I read a book by J.C. Mahaney, and he wrote something that absolutely blew me away. Maybe you can catch this truth as well. And this is what he said. He said that humility draws the gaze of God. Wow. Can you imagine? Hey, you want to get God's attention? Practice humility. You know, become an expert in humility. You want more grace, more mercy, more favor? Stay humble. See, the victories that we have, the accomplishments that we achieve, the goodness that we get to participate in, well, they all come from God. So what about those 15 minutes? Well, what's more valuable? Being recognized by those around us or by the Almighty himself? It's all about humility. Humility draws the gaze of God. Think about it. God bless.